Hello everybody and welcome back to KyoraPlays, and today we are playing one of my favourite games of all time, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Now this is an old as shit game. This is from PlayStation. It's really old. Now I'm playing it on a PlayStation emulator because I never owned this game as a kid. I only just was introduced into this game maybe 2010, 2011 sort of thing. Partly introduced to it by the Angry Video Game Nerd, who I have just huge respect for, and you know he did a Castlevania couple of episodes, and I was just like, fuck it, let's try these games out. Now he says that his favourite Castlevania is Super Castlevania, which is Castlevania 4. I say this is my favourite. I prefer this over Super Castlevania, just because I like the playstyle a little bit more. So, as I said, I'm playing this on PlayStation emulator on my computer. But I do actually own this game. I own it on the Xbox 360. When it was available for the Xbox 360, they made it for the Xbox Arcade, I think it's called. The Xbox Arcade, basically, the version on that. Don't want these are useless to me. The Xbox Arcade version is. I'm trying to think. It's very nearly the best version of this game, but what it's missing is all the cutscenes and all that sort of thing. And to get the full experience of the game, I wanted to leave the cutscenes in place. So I'm playing it on PlayStation or on PC emulated. But I do own the game, but on the Xbox 360. And in my opinion, because I own a version of it, I should be allowed to play this game. And this is why it's all letterboxed and all that sort of thing. Well, not letterboxed. What's it called when it's 4:3 but displaying in a 16:9 aspect ratio? I don't know. Point is, this game is fucking amazing, and what I'm doing right now is I'm just collecting up hearts, so that way I can kick Dracula's ass. Because what you have to do at the start of this game is you have to basically fight Dracula, which is completely different to all the other Castlevanias. You know, Dracula's supposed to be a final boss. What's going on here? Why are we already fighting Dracula? Well, we'll see in a minute. But basically, this is just an absolutely amazingly good game. It just controls so damn well, and especially controlling it with a more modern controller, it's very easy to control this game. Right, so now we've got 99 hearts, which is the maximum time to go and kick Dracula's ass.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world.
The famously terrible voice acting.
It's not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
I don't even understand like the echo in it. I don't know exactly what they were going for. And it's not a matter of it's an old game. They had, you know, wave quality audio on the PlayStation. The thing to play CD audio it's not a hardware limitation. I'm baffled as to what was going on. It must just be some bizarre compression method that we were using back then.
But enough talk.
Because it just sounds awful. Anyway, so time to kick Dracula's ass. Now I grabbed that, and if I just do that, I'm gonna be here for hours whipping his fucking face. Or what you can do is you can throw your item by holding up and the attack button, or you can press triangle, or for me, and you pull out that fucking badass maneuver. For me, it's god damn it. Right, this time. The Y button for me, because I'm using an Xbox 360 controller. Alright, so he transforms into this big giant monster. This is just obscenely easy, this boss. If you know about Hydro Storm, this boss is over in like 10 seconds. The only reason I haven't gotten him defeated already is I'm just show you the ways that you can beat him, which is to beat him legit by whipping his fucking face off, or the... Oh, there we are, there's an emulation glitch there. It's supposed to show the thing moving away as like a little wee card. Yeah. We're playing on an emulator, guys. We're going to have glitches. I tried my best to get this set up as well as possible. It was choosing between that not working right or having no text on the screen. I chose... I'd rather have the text on the screen. I'm sure if I used a more modern emulator, I could probably get it to go, but I tried using the most modern emulator I could think of, which was RetroArch, or RetroArch. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, so I'm just going to call it RetroArch, because that's how I always call it. And I could not get it to frickin' work. I really do not know what the hell the deal is with RetroArch. It's just a really, really odd emulator. Because it's a emulation system. You download cores and all that sort of thing for it, and yeah, the point is, I could not get it to work, so I can't be bothered figuring it out. I'd rather just go back to old faithful EPSXE. It's worked for me since I was like 15, using EPSXE on my PC. Perfectly fine. I don't see why I should change now. And considering this is one of the few things from back then which still works on Windows 10. Actually, this is Windows 8, so I can't give it too much credit. But I'm pretty sure this still works perfectly fine on Windows 10. So, I hope I haven't had my mouse over the game screen. Hopefully not, because I'm looking like a proper dick. But Castlevania! This fucking game is amazing! Fucking hyped as fuck to play this game again. So I'm not going to play with any specific rules or anything like that. I'm just going to play the game as it is. And just play it however I like, in the ways that I find the easiest ways to do it. I'm going to refrain from using the Sword Brothers gem cheat, where you can spawn infinite gems and all that sort of thing and sell them. I'm going to refrain from using that. I will probably show you how it works, but I'm going to refrain from using it. Ah, fuck you. So, fuck you. So, we are playing now as Alucard, son of Dracula. Alucard is obviously Dracula spelled backwards, which, some people seem to think, oh, aren't they so witty for coming up with that? Oh, well done, Konami, coming up with a witty name. But Konami didn't come up with that. It's been around like that as a Dracula side story since like the old Dracula movies, which I haven't watched. But it's been around forever, that name, Alucard. But anyways, Alucard comes in here and he's just an absolute fucking boss, and he just kicks everyone's ass because he's just amazing. And along comes Death, the fucking twat, and he's gonna nick my shit.
What is your business here?
I've come to put an end to this.
Still befriending mortals.
The graphics of this game, I have to say, are awesome, because it's 2D, but it's got an element of 3D to it, so like you got background perspective and all that sort of thing. But the good thing is it's just drawn so well that it just doesn't matter that it's like old graphics. It still looks really good and really pretty. And there's so much detail. Like, all the stuff that's going on in the background, every time I play it, I notice more and more detail. Like, these guys here on their pikes, I probably noticed that a long time ago, but that's awesome. Like, so much detail. Oh, look, there's a big gargoyle up there. And see, I can't jump up there. But anyways, he's taken all my shit. That button. There we are. So he's taken everything. Except for my pot roast and my turkey and my neutron bomb, which I had for some reason. So I'm now stuck with bare fists. Which sounds like, oh, that's so crap. Like, you've taken all your stuff off you. But obviously, you know, RPG, you got to get yourself all back. Because this is more of an RPG. It's not like an old Castlevania game, which is more side-scroller, action, you know, But like, you know, I don't think it's shitty at all, because you start to, having played this game before, I've learnt little wee tricks as the best way to play it. So I've received this short sword. I'm not going to use it because I find your fists are faster and you can get more damage done, more damage per second with your fists than you can from using the sword. Because the sword, hang on, I'll show it to you in a moment once we get through the loading area. I'm going to try to cut these things down, but for the first wee bit, while I'm still discussing the game. So, oh, it's not too slow. If we compare it to the Red Rust, which is... So, I'm not exactly sure what the grunting's all about, but that's the speed of this weapon. So, it's like, oh, okay. And, well, I can't see how much damage I'm doing yet. I haven't picked up that tool. But I find empty hand, bare fist, that's the fastest. And you can get more damage done per second, and you can just kick people's ass that way. Now, I'm not an amazing player at this game. Oh, there we are, some armor. I'm not amazing at this game, but I've learnt a lot of the tricks. But I'm probably going to miss out on so many secret areas, which everyone's going to be like, oh, you missed out on the really super secret room. It's like, oh well. Oh well. You go and stroke your neck beard, and you go and tell me all the things that I'm doing wrong and about how terrible at games I am. You go and feel free to do that. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy playing a fucking awesome game.
Oh, but you're so rude about it. You should be listening to your fans. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. I've never been laid.
Well, that's your problem. Maybe if you stopped complaining on YouTube comments all the time, maybe you'd get laid. I don't actually need to go back this way, but I just want to kick his ass. Fuck you, bitch. So, my HP is getting slowly whittled away by me allowing myself to get hit, because I'm just a tosser. People have a downer on the knife. This is the item I just picked up. It's a throwing knife. It's actually kind of useful, because much like the fists, it's actually quite fast, so you can keep using it over and over. So that can actually do a good amount of DPS. Is it DPS that the online World of Warcraft players and all that sort of thing? I'm pretty sure it is. But anyways, point is that much like the fist, there is a use for the knife. You just have to use them the right occasion, and once you get better items, I suggest using them, because once I get the holy water, I find that works really, really well, because you could just deal so much constant damage to things with that. Oh, fuck you. Is that a wall? No. You go around, you get into this game a lot, and you go around busy like bashing the walls, and you're like, oh, can I go through there? There's so many hidden secrets around in this game. Oh, fuck you. Oh, now I've got poison, which I'm pretty sure means you can't use weapons. But that's fine, because motherfucker, I'm not having a weapon, so I can just keep kicking their ass. That's the great thing about using fists, is certain status effects, which are supposed to fuck you up, don't have an effect on you. You know, just keep on going. I've still got that poison, and I'm pretty sure that is what poison does. I'm pretty sure it's not like other RPGs where it drains your health gradually. I'll be saving my game a lot. I always play games like that. Every opportunity I see a save point, I save. This is the old days. You don't have autosave. This is a habit I've gotten into a lot. I especially hate playing more modern games where they're really, really subtle about telling you they've had a save sequence. Alright, so, first boss. Fucking you up, bitch! Man, they're putting up such a great fight. They're just really doing nothing to me. There we are, so that's one of them down. I don't remember which one is which, but there's Slogra and Gaibon. Ah! Fuck you. You finally hit me. Once. Your first hit. Oh, you also have various magic. Hang on, let me see if I can try to remember it. Up, down, there we are. Left, right, up, down, and then attack. And that could be used to, you know, whittle people down. Summon spirits pretty useless, which is what that is. Also notice the random glitch. I could probably be using that rather than trying to dodge. And then there's... Hang on, let me try to remember... Oh, there we are. Ah, you bastard. Hit him. Yeah, fuck you up! Alright, so that's Dracula's move, whatever it's called. Hellfire, I think. Ah! Trying to do it again. Ah! There we are. Get him! Get him! Ah, you motherfucker! That's the one problem with Hellfire, is that it takes forever. So, yeah, it can almost be a waste of time doing it, because whoever you're after will probably have moved out of the way. I'm actually starting to get myself fucked up, because I'm busy trying to show off all the maneuvers and all the moves. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Oh, that's the other thing about being on an emulator, is that they run slow. Maybe it does. Maybe it runs slow on the PlayStation as well, but it doesn't run slow on the Xbox. So again, that's why I say the Xbox version is a superior version, because that works better. But you miss out on the cutscenes, so you're losing part of the story by doing that. But the cutscenes don't really add that much, so you can live without them. That's why they got away with taking them out of the Xbox version. But the reason they're not in the Xbox version is because when Xbox 360 released the arcade games, the arcade games were supposed to be really, really small games that you could fit on an Xbox 360 memory card. Yes, the Xbox 360 did have memory cards. They were about 64 megabytes. Why? This was the year 2005. 64 megabytes is fucking nothing. Most people had more memory than that on their fucking camera, let alone on their friggin' Xbox storing all their save games. And if you look at all the Xbox 360 games with all their save games and such, look at the size of half of them. 64 megabytes is fuck all. Meanwhile, a hard drive would have probably cost them maybe $50 to put a hard drive in the thing. But, you know, they sold Xbox 360s without fucking hard drives. There we are, the Bacillard. There we are. I love this thing. So that's slightly more powerful than your hands, but as fast, if not faster. But anyways, back to moaning about the Xbox 360. Because of the size of the memory card being so fuck all, they put a limit on the Xbox 360 arcade games of 50 megabytes. The game had to be smaller than 50 megabytes or else it can't get on the arcade. If it's bigger than 50 megabytes, it had to be a full game. So they decided for the likes of this game, well, we need to make it 50 megabytes. What can we do to make it 50 megabytes? Because look at it. It looks like a Super Nintendo game in terms of graphics. So it really does not need a lot of space. Oh, I know there's a save point down here. It does not need a lot of space if we take out the cutscenes. So they did just that. They took out the cutscenes, they compressed the music in the game down to, you know, a really highly compressed format like MP3 or something like that. I'm pretty sure the music in this game is just CD audio. Could be wrong on that. Point is, that's how they got it down to 50 megabytes, and that's why it's missing the cutscenes, is because they had to make it 50 megabytes. You learn something new every day. Sometimes I do have something actually intelligent to talk about. Sometimes I do have something funny to talk about, because this game is so damn awesome. It's not even bringing my humor out. It's just, this game is so much fun. And I don't even care if people aren't going to be, if people are like watching this for humor. They're like, oh, it's just so boring. You're so boring. Nothing interesting's happening. Well, fuck you, motherfucker. Fuck you. Ow! You bastard! What I think I'll do is I'm going to get this up to the next save point, save the game, and end the episode. I'll try to make the episodes around about 20 minutes-ish each, as I try to do with most of my stuff. But you know, I love doing that. Next place. I know I'm missing out a lot of areas, but a lot of the places that I'm missing out, I don't really need to go to them. Yeah, motherfucker! Holy water. So, holy water just fucks things up like that. Don't have to go near them. Raped him. Absolutely wrecked his day. So, there's those things. Fuck you up, bitch! I remember when I first played this game, I was dying all the time. And it didn't take me long. The thing about this game is, once you figure out the tactics, and once you figure out all the controls, this game's really not terribly hard. It's a lot of fun. And I highly recommend that you get it on whatever platform you can. I'm pretty sure this is even available on Xbox One. Pretty sure it is ported to Xbox One as well. So, I don't know about PS3 or PS4, but seriously, if you don't have this game, get it. It's 100% worth whatever the cost of it is. Even if it's $50. This game is amazing. Buy it now. I'll catch you next time. Like and subscribe if you guys.